If you have multiple channel point redemptions activating different Voicemod voices, you need this automation as a part of your stream setup. G'day everyone, it's me Drew again, and we're going to be going over a bit of a mix it up tutorial, something a bit different today. It's something that I have included in my setup, and I thought I'd just share it with you guys and also upload it to the community so you can integrate it within your own stream setups. So what exactly is this automation for? So whether yourself or your chat activates a Voicemod command, whether it be through a channel point redemption, through a chat command, or even yourself through StreamDeck, you want to make sure that these actions aren't being cut off by one another. So in the situation that you have a chipmunk voice channel point redemption, you want that to run for 60 seconds automatically. And if someone jumps in and tries to activate another voice command during this time, you don't want it to override. So what this automation does is it actually sends a chat message in chat saying, hey, there's another voice going on at the moment. We'll activate it as soon as possible for you. That way as well, you can also manage it through your rewards queue, or even you could even customize these messages so you can go back and check which ones you've actually missed. So just before I run through this automation, you can find a download link in the description box below. As well, I've already uploaded it into the Mix It Up community command so you can easily find it through there. So this automation just runs off basic conditional logic. If a voice is already running, send a chat message. If one isn't active, then run the actual command. So before we go through what happens in each condition, I just want to quickly note on the unlock command over here. You want to make sure that this command is unlocked. So essentially what that means is that when this action gets triggered, it doesn't go through any queuing. So for me personally, I have a lot of other commands, other actions that I want running on a queuing basis. I don't necessarily want this to be queued, which is why I set up this automation. But if you want everything to be queued, you can just lock it. But for me personally, I want to unlock so that if something is already running, it can just get activated automatically. So whether it be, let's say, a visual reward, for example, I have a Don't Be Suspicious one where John Ralphio and his sister are kind of dancing along the screen. So I want my voice rewards to still run whenever they're triggered and not necessarily have to wait for those visual ones to be completed before they get active. So essentially what happens if a voice is already running is just a chat message gets sent. So if voice active equals 1, which means on, so I've just gone for an on-off binary logic, send a chat message. So you can essentially customize this to your heart's content. What you could also put in there is specify it. So instead of saying there is another voice, you could say that there is a chipmunk voice reward running at the moment. We'll activate your reward in just a moment. So you could also customize these messages to your liking as well. So that way you could go through the chat log and see which ones were missed. Now to go into what happens if one isn't running. So essentially activate the voice. So if voice active is set to 0, what you first want to do is set it to 1. So you want to make sure that, let's say, chipmunk voice or demon voice or robot voice or any other voice rewards you have, that if that gets triggered even a second afterwards, that it's going to essentially send whatever chat message you specified within that action group. So the next thing we do is essentially we activate the voice. So I always do this in a 2-step method. I always select the voice and then I turn the voice changer on. And then once it's completed, so for this reward, we've got it running for 60 seconds. So after 60 seconds, it changes the voice changer to off. And then it also changes the voice back to clean. I always reset it. I always do these 2 levels just as a little bit of security in case I go into Voicemod manually and do something and activate, let's say, a reward manually from the visual interface. And then I forget to do one or the other, whether it be change the voice back to clean or put the voice, leave the voice changer on. It just, that extra level of security I just kind of find beneficial. And essentially once the whole thing's run, we just set voice back to off, meaning that the whole reward has been completed. And that means if anyone else activates a voice reward, it just goes all the way through. Now, the extra benefit of this is that essentially you can use this across multiple rewards that you don't want queued. You'll just essentially have to create different counters and different variables. As well, if you have, let's say, a voice reward that does something visually as well. So for example, I have a demon one and I have some extra camera filters that get applied. I essentially just insert all the extra actions within the set voice active to 1 and set voice active to 0. I'll quickly show you what that demon one looks like now. So as you can see, this reward has a bit more actions going on. You can see that I've turned off the noise gate and the noise suppression. This is just because the voice mod makes it quite low and all the filters I've got on my microphone already on OBS means that the audio gets cut out. And then I have my visual actions as well. I'm turning on a red filter. And then again, that gets all turned off at the bottom here too. So you could really use this kind of template across anything visual if you want to, queue different types of actions. One last thing I want to show you is in terms of how I manage it within Mix It Up. Now, I manage all of these within action groups rather than within within the rewards or the chat commands themselves. What this means is I essentially have to manage all these actions within one location rather than multiple. So in the case I want to activate chipmunk voice within a chat command or within a reward, essentially what it does is it just references this one action group. It means that I don't have multiple versions of this reward within Mix It Up. It makes it so much easier to manage. But that's everything for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, you can always give it a thumbs up down below and let me know in the comments what you think. If you have any recommendations or suggestions for improvements, I'd love to hear what you have to say. If you want to see more videos from me, you can also subscribe to the channel. It will be much appreciated. Thank you very much again for watching. It's me, Drew, and I'll see you next time.